Good morning, everyone. My name is Ayush Srivastav, and today I am presenting my project titled Credit Risk Prediction, a machine learning approach. This project explores how machine learning techniques can predict loan defaults, help financial institutions make better lending decisions, and let's get started with that. The problem statement. The problem statement is that the financial institutions face substantial challenges in accurately assessing the credit worthiness of loan applicants. Loan defaults not only results in financial losses but also strain operational resources. This project aims to develop a machine learning model to predict default risk and identify key factors that influence defaults, allowing proactive risk management. Now let's discuss the dataset summary. So the dataset used for this project comprises over 31,000 records with features like demographics, including age and income, loan details such as amount, intent, and interest rate, and credit history, including the default history and credit length. And the target variable is the loan status, which indicates whether a loan was defaulted or successfully repaid. This data set forms the foundation for our analysis and modeling. Now let's discuss the data pre-processing stage. So data pre-processing was a crucial step in ensuring that the data set was clean and ready for modeling. Here's what I did. I addressed missing values by imputing medians for employment length and means for interest rate, encoded categorical variables like home ownership and loan intent for numerical analysis, and standardized numerical features to bring them onto the same scale. Next, I used SMOT to balance the dataset as non-defaults significantly outnumbered defaults. This step was vital to improve model's ability to predict defaults. Now let's discuss the EDA. So in exploratory data analysis, I uncovered several key patterns. Most applicants were young, aged between 20 and 30. The debt to income ratio is strongly correlated with the loan defaults. Historical defaults emerged as key predictor of future defaults. These insights informed the feature engineering and modeling process. So let's discuss the graph one by one. In the top left, we see the distribution of person age, which is heavily skewed towards younger applicants with majority between 20 and 30 years old. The top and the middle shows the person income where most individuals have lower income with few higher income outliers. The bottom left depicts employment length where shorter employment durations are more common. On the right, loan amount exhibits a bimodal distribution with peaks around 5,000 and 15,000, and loan interest rate follows a normal like distribution with most values between 10% and 15%. Lastly, loan percent income is skewed with the majority loans accounting for less than 20% of an individual's income. Now let's discuss the correlation matrix. This graph presents, this slide presents the correlation matrix of numerical features in the dataset, highlighting the relationship between the variables. Let me summarize the key insights. Person's age and CB person credit history length have a very high correlation of 0.86, as we can see over here. This one, 0.86. Which is a very high relation, which indicates that the older individuals tend to have a higher and longer histories. And next is the 0.57 between loan amount and loan percent income, which suggests that larger loans constitute a higher proportion of income. And now relationship with the loan status. So we can see that 0.38, 0.38, yes, showing that loan percent income has the highest correlation. Yeah, this one. I'm sorry for that. sorry for the delay. Yeah, so the loan percent income has the highest correlation of 0.38, showing that loans taking up large percent of incomes are more likely to default, and loan interest rate has a moderate correlation of 0.32, this one, suggesting that higher interest rate may increase default risks. And the minimal correlations are features like person's age, person income have weak correlation with loan status, indicating that they are very less predictive of default in this data set. Model development. Uh, so uh, this slide highlights the three models evaluated in this project and their respective performance level. Logistic regression served as the baseline model. While it provided a good starting point, it struggled with recall, particularly for identifying loan defaults, and had limited predictive power compared to other models. Random Forest brought significant improvements in both accuracy and recall. Its ability to handle complex data and relationship allowed it to predict defaults much more effectively. And XGBoost emerged as the best performing model by optimizing key hyperparameters. It delivered the highest accuracy, recall, precision among all the models evaluated. Its exceptional performance on both default and non-default classes made it ideal choice for the project. Now let's discuss the metrics that had been considered to assess the model. So accuracy, it measures the overall correctness of the model by evaluating the proportion of correctly predicted instances. Precision, it focuses on accuracy of positive predictions, particularly important for identifying actual defaulters among those predicted as defaults. Recall evaluates the ability of the model to correctly identify all the actual defaulters, ensuring that we capture as many risky cases as possible. And ROC AUC provides a comprehensive measures of the model's ability to distinguish between default and non-default cases, with higher scores indicating better performances. Now here's a table discussing the result. So logistic regression served as a baseline model, achieved an accuracy of 76.9% and ROC AUC of 82.29%. Precision was 71%, but recalls for defaults were quite low at 37%, meaning it struggled to identify actual defaulters effectively. Random Forest significantly improved the accuracy to 90.6% and ROC AUC to 96.64%. Both precision and recall for defaults reached 91%, indicating it was effective at correctly identifying defaulters while minimizing false positives. And XGBoost emerged as the best performing model with an accuracy of 91.3% and ROC AUC of 96.89%. Precision for defaults increased to 93%, while recall remained strong at 90%. This model struck the best balance between identifying defaulters and maintaining high overall accuracy. Overall, these results demonstrate why XGBoost was chosen as optimal model for predicting loan defaults. Now, XGBoost was the best performing model in this project, and its performance was further enhanced by fine tuning its hyperparameters. Let me walk with you through the key parameters that were optimized. Max depth set to 7 to allow the model to capture complex patterns while preventing overfitting. Learning rate adjusted to 0.2, providing a balance between convergence speed and accuracy. And estimators increased to 200 to ensure sufficient learning iterations. Subsample set to 0.8, which uses 80% of the data for each tree to reduce overfitting and improve generalization. These optimizations allowed XGBoost to deliver exceptional accuracy, recall, and ROC AUC scores, making it the most reliable model for predicting loan defaults. This model not only excels in performance but also provides interpretability through features and important analysis. So the model achieved an impressive accuracy of 91.3%, reflecting its overall correctness in predicting loan defaults. And with a score of ROC AUC with a score of 96.89%, XGBoost demonstrated an exceptional ability to distinguish between defaults and non-default classes and balanced precision and recall. This model maintained a perfect balance in precision and recall for both default and non-default classes, ensuring that it minimized false positives and false negatives. This results validate XGBoost as the most reliable and effective model for credit risk prediction in this project. ROC AUC curve for XGBoost model. So the true positive rate versus false positive rate, the curve plot the model's ability to correctly identify defaults true positive against the rate of false alarm, that is false positives. The area under the curve AUC, the ROC curve achieves an area of 0.97, which is near perfect. This indicates the model performs exceptionally well in separating the two classes, even as threshold for classification vary. Interpretation: the curve's steep ascent through near the y-axis shows the model achieves a high true positive rate with a low false positive rate, which is critical for credit risk prediction. The ROC curve highlights the robustness and reliability of the XGBoost model in identifying loan defaults. Let's break down the confusion matrix now. So the true positive, which is defaults correctly identified, this model correctly identifies 6,907 defaulters, which reflects a strong recall for the default classes. True negatives, non-defaults correctly identified. It also correctly classified 7,146 non-defaults, showcasing its high accuracy for non-default classes. False positive, non-defaults misclassified as defaults. Only 513 non-defaults were misclassified, demonstrating the model's precision in minimizing false alarms. And false negatives, defaults misclassified as non-defaults. This model misclassified 718 defaulters, indicating a small margin for improvement in identifying risky cases. Now let's discuss the features that were really important. So the debt to income ratio, this feature was the most important predictor, indicating that applicants with higher debt to income ratios are significantly more likely to default. Loan percent income, this measures the loan amount as percentage of applicant's income. A higher value signifies increased financial stress and default risk. Credit bureau default history, applicants with prior defaults recorded to credit bureau were more likely to default, again highlighting the importance of past credit behavior. And loan amount and interest rate, higher loan amount and interest rates also contributed to significantly to default risk as they increase the repayment burden. Other features such as employment length, income levels, and age played moderate roles but were less influential compared to the top features. These insights provide actionable information for financial institutions to assess credit risk and refine their lending strategies effectively. So again, the most important predictors were debt to income ratio, loan percent income, credit bureau history, and moderate were loan amounts, interest rate, and employment length. Now, these are the actionable insights that we can take. We can focus on high debt to income ratio applicants. Applicants with high debt obligations related to their income are at greater risk of defaults. Tightening lending criteria for these applicants or offering loans with higher interest rates can mitigate risk. Leverage credit bureau data. Utilize historical credit data to identify applicants with prior defaults. These individuals should undergo additional scrutiny during the loan approval process. Monitor loans with high loan percent income values. When a significant portion of an applicant's income is allocated to loan repayments, it indicates higher financial stress. Close monitoring of these loans can help mitigate potential defaults. These recommendations provide practical steps for financial institutions to minimize default risk while maintaining sustainable lending practices. Now, this is the final conclusion. To conclude the project successfully, I would like to demonstrate this following outcomes. So I developed a highly accurate model. The XGBoost model with its optimized parameters delivered exceptional accuracy and reliability for predicting loan defaults. Identified key risk factor, debt to income ratio and historical defaults were most influential predictors of default risk, providing crucial insights for assessing applicants' profiles. Provided actionable recommendation. Based on this finding, I proposed strategies to mitigate financial risk, including tighter lending criteria, leveraging credit bureau data, and monitoring high risk loans. Thank you so much for your time.